Supposed to have a guest today, but fortunately he had a very big event come up, and that's more important than my little itty bitty tiny show. So we're gonna be scheduling for another time, so I'll get him on here soon. I was trying to scramble to see if I can find another guest, but that didn't happen either. So it's just here. I'm just here by myself. I guess so, but I still wanted to make sure I got on and created something and still, kept up with being consistent with giving another episode of The Remnant 6. So for this episode, I'm gonna be answering most of the questions that I asked to my guest. So I'll just, give the answers to the questions that I asked, so that way I can still have something that I can put out and upload for you guys later on this week. So one of my main focuses was to be consistent with doing this no matter what. So no matter what happens, whether or not I'm gonna have a guest or not, guest cancel. I know people got a lot of stuff going on in their lives, so this shit is constantly moving. So I respect that, but I still got to do what I got to do, and I still want to make sure I stay true to what it is that I committed to, which is put something out each week. So that being said, it's time for MJ, the host, to give his answers to the Remnant 6 questions. So first question that I normally ask my guests is, how did you get started in fitness? Well, my origin story, I guess, starts with a very bad argument in a previous relationship that I had that caused me to kind of leave the house in order to kind of clear my head and just, think about some stuff. And when I left the house, the only thing I had on was some basketball shorts, some Nike slides, t-shirt, and a YMCA card in my pocket. So usually I would always play basketball. I was really big into basketball, so that I used to, hoop about 3 to 4 times a week. So this time I left out and I didn't have any of my basketball stuff, so I had a YMCA card. I drove around for a little bit, so I just pulled into the YMCA and just kind of, figured out, blow off some steam there, and I walked into the weight room. And I had passed this weight room, I couldn't tell you how many times. It was so many times. I was never interested in lifting weights. I always been told that I needed to start lifting weights when I was in high school, playing basketball, going to AAU, going to all these select camps and all that stuff. But it was just nothing that really jumped out to me. It was never something that I really wanted to do. So I went to the gym, went to the weight room, started playing around with some machines, and then I started to, head over to the free weights, and I got onto the bench press, and man, I was struggling. I was really struggling, but when I left and I got home, I had the best night of sleep that I've ever had in a long time from that one workout session. And then from there, I just started to split the time between basketball and weight training. And then as time went on, weight training started to be more of the priority over basketball. And then fast forward from there, basketball was pretty much non-existent, and I was fully immersed in just lifting weights and training. And I guess that's just how it kicked off for me. So that's pretty much how I got started with training, lifting weights, and working out and stuff like that. So question 2, since I got started, how has all of this kind of changed my life? Well, not only did I, as I started to lift weights and, got more accustomed to being in the gym, I started to meet a lot of a lot of cool people, you know. So that's one way that, you know, fitness has kind of changed my life. Through competing or just being in the gym, you get to kind of, you know, see the people who are pretty much staples in the gym. You see them all the time or whatnot. You start to, you know, talk to them, build up some friendships, just build a bond with some of them somewhat. You know, I got some of my closest friends that I have now, present day, you know, are people who I've actually met in the gym. The flip side of that is training has taught me discipline. It's one of the biggest things that I've taken away from this whole transition into, you know, working out and fitness and everything like that. It's taught me a tremendous amount of discipline, knowing how to start something and just following it all the way through. That has translated into other aspects of my life, because that's something that you can, you know, take with you and apply to multiple, you know, avenues that's in your life, whether it be, you know, you starting a business or you finishing school, finishing college, whatever it might be. Discipline is a major thing and a major component I feel that people need to have in their life. To know that it's not always going to be easy, it's going to be hard, but you know, you got to push yourself to kind of see it through, you know, and results don't always come right away. You know, you got to kind of just keep chipping away at it, keep plugging away at it, and then eventually those results will kind of show, and you can start to see, you know, some of the results from your hard work. So I would say those are the two things: some of the people that I met within this community, and just discipline that I've taken on and just applied to multiple areas within my life. Question 3: what do you know now that I wish I knew when I first started? And that's an easy one for me. That's a very easy one for me. I wish I knew more about nutrition. I knew nothing. Like, I started off, when I first started lifting weights, I was 26 years old, and I was about 35 pounds, somewhere in there. I was really skinny, man. I was tiny, and but I was so used to just eating whatever I wanted to and never putting on any weight. It was just, you know, that's just how it was. You know, it was hard for me to really gain weight, hard for me to put on some pounds. So I would just eat whatever I wanted to eat. That doesn't necessarily translate into building a good physique, building quality muscle. So when I first started, I would say for like my first 2 years, I didn't pay much attention to nutrition. In fact, my first 2 years, my training was terrible too. I used to go into the gym and do the same thing every single day. So really, I probably did more damage to any type of muscle, you know, that I was trying to build at the time than I did anything that's good, you know, as far as building lean quality muscle. Because I was just pounding the shit out of, you know, biceps, triceps, chest. I was just doing it the same thing every day. And it wasn't until somebody came and told me, this OG that was at the gym and came and told me, he said, "Hey man, I see you coming here, staying here for about an hour and a half, and you be doing the same thing every day." He's like, "Man, you can't do that. That's, you know, you're not gonna get nowhere doing that." And he kind of, you know, gave me the ins and outs and kind of gave me some instructions about what I should be doing, how I should be training, and then he started talking to me about nutrition. So about this time, this is when I met my wife, when we first started dating, and I don't cook. I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to cook nothing. If I can't put it in a microwave or I can't put it in the oven, it's a wrap. It's not gonna work. But thankfully, you know, she knows how to cook, and she's a very good cook. So she helped me out with that a lot. So she would like prep food for me, and, you know, make me some chicken, make me some rice, make me some vegetables, and, you know, kind of, you know, bought me a food scale, helped me weigh the stuff out. And I would say from, you know, that's when I started seeing the bulk of my results. Things started really taking off for me once she started helping me prep meals, get meals together. It really started to kind of take off. So yeah, that's one of the things that I wish I would have known early on, within those first 2 years, just how to properly eat, and also properly train. But I think the nutrition part would have been a lot more beneficial to me at that point, as opposed to learning how to create a workout split instead of doing the same thing every day. I think that the nutrition portion and learning that early on would have really helped me a lot. And sometimes I feel like I lost 2 years of training or building some muscle because of that. So yeah, that would be probably my little bit of 1 and 2, learning how to properly create a training split, but primarily knowing how to properly feed my body, and the nutrition aspect of fitness would have been super beneficial in the very beginning. Question 4. Favorite body part to train? And that's a hard one for me, because I feel a lot of people feel like it's when they look at me, and I don't know why, but it's always been the running joke and the number one thing when everybody sees me, and I tell them this, like, I hate training arms, I hate training biceps, and I hate training triceps directly. I don't like doing it. But people feel like I got some quality arms. And when I tell them this, they just like, well, what you mean? Your arms are, whatever. I don't look at them like that. But that's my least favorite body part to train. I can't say it enough. I wish people would fucking believe me, but I cannot. I hate training arms directly. I throw it at the end of a workout, the end of a pull workout or something like that. I'll do 2 or 3, maybe even 4 sets of one exercise or something like that hits them directly, and then I'm just done. Like, I just don't like training them. So my favorite, I would have to say, would be shoulders. Chest and shoulders. So I guess you could say anything that's like push, with the exception of hitting triceps directly. But I'm hitting triceps indirectly by doing any type of push movement. So I would say push movements with the chest and shoulders being the primary focus. I like shoulders because it's the most, I probably say it's the most gratifying muscle that you can just, once you get a good pump in your shoulders, it's like immediately, like you don't have to put much on them in order to kind of blow them up, and then you can just see the pump when you're in the gym right away. My chest is one of my lagging body parts, so that's why I would say it's one of the ones that takes me the longest time to kind of activate and get pumped and actually feel throughout the entire workout. I've also had numerous injuries to my right pec, with a tear of my pec major and minor. So it's the most challenging body part for me. The mind muscle, the connection is, it's not there like it used to be, like years prior before injuring it. But it's something that I keep chipping away at to try to get better and try to, just, I guess, develop. So I would say favorite body parts would be shoulders primarily, and chest. Any type of push workouts. Question 5. What's my current training split? So I just started to do a new program. last, I want to say 2 weeks, because my 39th birthday is coming up in February, late February, February 27th. And I have a goal that I want to do, and I got something that I really want to accomplish by the time my 40th birthday comes around. So I've been writing a program to kind of get me through the year, to kind of have like a bit like a 1 year transformation from 39 to 40. So I've been kind of constructing this program, putting it together, so that I can, push myself as hard as I possibly can throughout the next year. So my current training split is, I got a strength and, I guess a power and strength, push pull leg, and then I got a hypertrophy side of the push pull leg. So it goes like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is all power stuff or all strength. So I do heavier weight for my push pull and my legs for the first half of the week, cutting down the reps, of course, but just pushing as much as I can between that 5 to 8 rep range to kind of build some size, challenge the muscle a little bit. And then the second half of the week I do hypertrophy. So I cut the weight down a little bit, not too much, because I still want to challenge myself, but I force myself to push out higher reps, somewhere between that 12 to 15 range, rep range. So it goes push pull leg, with the first 3 days being all power, all strength, and then it goes push pull leg, kind of repeating it, but it's all hypertrophy, high volume stuff, by still keeping the weight fairly challenging. But nowhere, I'm not lifting nowhere near what I will be doing during the first half of the week. So that's my current split. And right now I'm just really, I call it ground zero, because I'm kind of breaking down the numbers. I'm kind of bringing myself down to where I'm probably like, on those heavy days, I'm probably only pushing like, 60 to 70% of what my max is. But I'm steady trying to build myself up and start, and like, either I'm challenging myself by, doing a progressive overload, by doing, adding weight or adding reps week by week. And if I get to a certain spot where I'm like, okay, this feels pretty easy, I'll either increase the weight, or I will raise the number of sets or the number of reps that I'm doing, just to kind of always give myself a challenge, because I never want to be doing the same thing I was doing the week before. You always got to kind of throw something in there so that your body kind of responds to it, and you kind of never let your body really catch up. You're always kind of challenging yourself. So yeah, that's my current training split right now. Question number 6: favorite post-workout meal. Now that's kind of a two-part question, or a two-part answer. If it's kind of like, off season, and you kind of just, you're paying attention to macros, but you ain't completely dialed in, and you don't really have a goal set at the end of something or whatever. So you just trying to, eat clean, be, kind of keep everything in check, which I recommend for everybody. But you're not necessarily just trying to kill yourself either. You kind of want to have some enjoyment. You want to have a little bit of freedom. If we go on that route, I can't pass up a good burger and some fries. And my number one thing is warm chocolate chip cookies. I can't. It's my go-to. If I'm in prep and I want something that's fairly good, and let's say I get like a cheat during prep, right? I always go for pizza. It's just simple as that. I go for pizza, and if I can, I put some more chocolate chip cookies in there. So that shows y'all how much I love warm chocolate chip cookies. But But those are pretty much my go-tos. I'm not really big, you know, I don't really experiment a lot with foods and stuff like that. That's more so my wife. My wife like to go and try and taste different stuff. Not to say that I'm opposed to it, but if I go somewhere and I don't necessarily like what I just ate, I'm gonna feel like I got cheated. I don't feel like we gotta go somewhere else and I gotta eat somewhere else. So it's kind of like when I'm in those situations, I just say I'll stick to what I know, and those are pretty much like my staples. Yeah, and that's it. I mean, so like I said before at the top of the show, this is the Remnant 6. I'm just trying to, my guest, you know, fortunately and unfortunately, he had a very, very, very big event happen. So he had to cancel today's episode, which I completely understand. You already know, bro, if you're watching this, you know, my prayers are with you and your family, and I hope everything, you know, turns out right, man. So, ain't no bad feelings, ain't no harm on this side. So we always got time to kind of get you on and get you to answer some of these questions. But I wanted to be on top of what it is that I said I was going to do and make sure that I put something up. So, you know, no matter what, I'm going to try to, you know, stay consistent and just make sure I put something out. So this is episode 3, and it's with me, MJ, the host of the Remnant 6. So I'm going to be trying to put this out sometime in the next couple days. But, you know, I wanted to make sure I got on and, you know, was able to create something that I can kind of post for you guys. So and that's it, man. That's it. I know I'm not as entertaining. That's why I'm the host. I'm not as entertaining as my guests. You know, I feel like I'm a great host because I like to just let people come on and kind of give you their backstories. And I think that was one of my number one things is just giving a little bit more insight to some of the people that we have, you know, well, right now locally, because I'm pretty much just interviewing people that I know, and I know some pretty awesome people, man, within this fitness community, and it was just something that I felt like people need to kind of see what I see in them, and I feel like I just wanted to give them a platform as small. I mean, it's nothing right now, but that's cool. I'm okay with that. You know, it's you got to start from somewhere. But if I'm trying to give people a platform to kind of come on and just tell you what they all about, you know, kind of tell you what they're doing, what they got going on, what they're promoting, and I think that that's something that's that should be kind of highlighted. And, you know, so it's not so much about, because if, you know, I'm not a in the front type of person, and I'm a very back of the, you know, I don't like too much attention on me. So I like to big up all my friends, though, you know, and I think anybody who knows me knows that I'm always kind of putting that battery in my friends' back, like, man, you can do this, you can do that, you should start this, man, you can do, you know. So this is just something that's just more so highlighting that part of my personality that I like to bring to y'all. So I'm gonna have more guests. I'm gonna get more people on. I got people scheduled and kind of, you know, I got dates locked in and stuff like that, but I'm still building. So if it's anybody out there that does want to participate, you know, feel free to shoot me a message, man. Shoot me a DM. You know, I would love to have you on. Even if you don't know me, you know, personally, if you are within the fitness community, I would love to, you know, sit down, talk to you, meet you, let the, you know, audience meet you, and just pick it up from there. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, Remnant 6, MJ. So I'll talk to y'all later, all right? Peace.